Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
The University of Michigan and attorneys that represent the alleged survivors of Dr. Robert Anderson have reached a $490 million settlement agreement. We tell you what happens next.
But first, we want to get to breaking news. Ex-Detroit Councilman Andre Spivey has learned his sentence after being convicted in a bribery case. That story tops our news here at noon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Evrod Kasumi. Spivey was convicted of receiving almost $36,000 in bribes as part of a corruption scandal engulfing City Hall and the police department. Let's send things out to Rod Maloney. He joins us now live with a look at his sentence. Rod?
Yeah, hi, Evrod. It was 2 years the federal judge sentenced Andre Spivey to. The Reverend and former council member came into the courthouse expecting to go between 36 and 47 months. Those were the guidelines that were given. But there was considerable support for the Reverend. In fact, we're going to show you some video now of him coming out of the courthouse feeling rather triumphant because his sentence is about a year less than what he thought he was going to have to serve. And so there were a lot of people supporting him. In fact, there were a couple of hundred letters put into his case file of people supporting him, and his supporters filled the courthouse today, 2 full courtrooms, trying to show the judge that Andre Spivey does not deserve to be sent to prison for as long as the federal government wanted him to. And as a matter of fact, Elliott Hall afterward had this to say about what the judge did and how it all went.
He's remorseful. He's very sorry that he got into a financial situation that required him to do these deeds that he fully is responsible for. But you know, the bottom line with public officials is that everybody would like to be Michael Bloomberg.
Well, he was talking about Michael Bloomberg and the fact that he went into office wealthy and didn't need any more money, and so there wouldn't be susceptible to bribes. Now, the judge did take Spivey to task, saying that he'd sold his soul and his vote. Prosecution similarly went after him, saying that the city of Detroit is sickened by what has all transpired here. But as it stands right now, the Reverend Spivey did get some more mercy from the judge in that his daughter's graduating from high school in the spring. The judge decided he needed to be there for that, so he does not need to report to prison until July 1st. Reporting live downtown, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
All righty, Ron, thank you. Also making headlines this afternoon, the New York Attorney General's office says it has identified misleading statements and omissions in some of the Trump Organization's financial documents. In a Tuesday court filing, AG Letitia James says her office intends to find out who is responsible for the discrepancies. But in order to do that, she needs the testimony of former President Trump, Donald Trump Jr., and Ivanka Trump. James's office has already interviewed witnesses closest to the top of the Trump Organization. And in a statement, the Trump Organization has said these allegations are baseless and will be vigorously defended. New information in the University of Michigan sex abuse scandal now. The university has agreed to pay $490 million in damages to the more than 1,000 mostly male former students who said they were sexually abused by sports doctor Robert Anderson. Let's send things out to Megan Woods. She joins us now live and spoke to an attorney representing some of the victims. What is he saying, Megan?
Yeah, attorney Jamie White represents about 80 of those more than 1,000 survivors. He says he hasn't been able to get in touch with all of his clients yet, but the ones that he has have this sense of relief knowing that that agreement has been reached. This has been an ongoing process. They've been working for nearly 2 years to get this all settled. COVID created some delays, but mediation started in October of 2020. Now a third party will help with dividing the amount of money to survivors. $30 million of that settlement will be reserved for any additional survivors that come forward by July 31st of next year. Attorney White says this settlement doesn't mean it's over for his clients. It helps with the healing process, of course, but this was never about the money. It was about accountability.
They were relieved. We had a group Zoom, a couple of nights ago with some anticipation that we might have some progress on a settlement. And, there was a certain sense of relief that, we were getting there. Some of these guys are older and some have passed away. Some of my clients are estates at this point in time. So it was important to us, important to the court, and in all fairness, important to the University of Michigan that this get resolved sooner than later.
The university did make a comment. The chair of Board of Regents said, "We hope this settlement will begin the healing process for survivors. At the same time, the work that began 2 years ago when the first brave survivors came forward will continue." And Attorney White, who we spoke to, said he has worked with several different survivors in several different cases, but this is unique. And we tell you a little bit more about that tonight at 5. Live in Detroit, I'm Megan Woods, Local 4.
All right, Megan, we'll definitely be tuning in then. New details are emerging about how the Biden administration will distribute free N95 masks. 400 million masks will become available starting late next week at a network of local pharmacies and community health centers. They are the same locations that have been used to administer vaccines. The announcement comes as the government also launched a website where Americans can order free COVID tests. If you'd like to order your test, we have posted a link to the website on our website. Just go to clickondetroit.com for that. And in the meantime, it's a question that a lot of people are asking. Could Omicron get us out of the pandemic? That's what a lot of people are hoping for, at least, based on the variant's transmissibility and oftentimes decreased severity. However, health experts say don't hold your breath just yet. It's been nearly 2 years.
COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic,
Meaning it spread over several countries or continents, usually affecting a large number of people. It was March 11th, 2020. Since then, restrictions have become our new normal, trying to keep the virus from spreading. So what would it take to get us from pandemic to endemic? Something that's at a level usually present in a community, more like the flu. There's hope the virus itself could do that, specifically the Omicron variant.
Because it's a highly transmissible, but apparently not as pathogenic, for example, as Delta.
But experts say it's not likely.
That would only be the case if we don't get another variant.
There's a good likelihood we're going to see another serious COVID wave of a new variant, TBD, to be determined.
But it seems to me that the answer here is obvious for how to get out of this, to get it to an endemic stage. We can only vaccinate our way out of this pandemic.
A slow work in progress. The latest data from the CDC shows 67% of people in the U.S. 5 years and up are fully vaccinated. Just under 80% have gotten at least one dose.
Until we get the 80 million or so people who continue to not get a vaccine, we're going to be in trouble.
And in the meantime, we are expecting new state coronavirus numbers sometime later this afternoon. Our last update was on Friday. We'll keep you posted when those numbers come in, both here on the air and online at clickondetroit.com. Let's turn our attention now to the forecast on this Wednesday afternoon as we give you a live look from our Skycam here in the middle of downtown Detroit. Meteorologist Brandon Roos standing by with a look at what we can expect.
One thing you can't really tell from that shot was the wind, really the weather story today. Right now, winds are gusting 30 to almost 40 miles an hour in parts of Metro Detroit, bringing in some cooler air. So you can see we're still in these lower 40s east side, but cold front has much cooler numbers for most of your afternoon, tracking the temp tumbling and weekend snow chances, Evrod, coming up.
All right, Brandon, thank you. Still to come here on Local 4 News at noon. Today, President Biden will hold his second formal press conference. We've got to look at what we can expect from the president. That's coming up after the break.